Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Nick.
those of you who have lost their ring, their wedding ring, on vacation, and those of you who have not, we are the Gadget Gurus, and we are here to bring you lots of joy to your ears. With me to help rein in all this joy and happiness, I've got the happiest guy in the entire world, Nick Ball. What's going on, Nick?
Not a lot.
What is this, Bizarro World?
Happy to be here.
Look at him. Look at him. Joyous as a motherfucker, this dude.
Yeah.
This isn't right. This is, Mike, I'm pretty sure this is one of the signs of the apocalypse, man. Joyous Nick Ball.
Hey, he's a happy dude. What can we say? And the deep voice that you hear, that's Vic. What's going on, Vic?
Not much, man. I think Chrome just froze on me, so...
Are you running it on a Mac by chance?
What?
Are you running it on a Mac by chance?
No, so that's the first time it's ever happened to me on Windows.
That's a damn lie.
It's not a lie. It's true, sir.
That is a motherfucking lie. That motherfucker.
Restarted. I'll be right back.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Yes.
Restarting your whole computer?
Oh hell no, it's Chrome, dude.
I was gonna. Your Windows computer. We're gonna be done with the podcast by the time that bitch boots up. So what's up, Nick?
Not a lot. Not a lot. Still gonna watch.
The Krayos, yeah, no surprise there. No surprise there. You know, it's like a saga. You know, the Krayos saga. Didn't they say that they were gonna have shipments soon?
Well, yeah, I have a tracking number. I've had a tracking number for a while now.
How long's a while?
Well, the 9th. It's the 17th.
9th of. Oh, okay. Well, at least we're in the same month.
Yeah. The details for Quantium shipment tracker from Quantium Solutions still shows that the package has been physical item received is current status, and it hasn't changed since the 8th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's shipping to the wrong address.
Oh shit, that's even better.
It's going to my dad's house.
Well, at least it's going to someone you know.
This is true. So the saga continues.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know or who just started listening to this show recently, we have been on a quest for the perfect smartwatch. We've tried Pebble. We've tried. I have a Android Wear watch. What else have we tried? I'm sure there's another one. Oh, I've tried the Moto Active back in the day. I've tried a Polar heart rate monitoring watch because what we're looking for is the perfect smartwatch fitness mixture. You know, we want something that's going to be able to track our heart rate, maybe tell you calorie information, link to your smartphone, give you notifications, you know, all of that fun stuff. We're looking for that perfect thing, and nothing has really done that since the Moto Active. The Moto Active, I think, still is the best all around. That it actually did it. It didn't do it the best, but it did it all. You know what I mean? And we heard about this watch called the Krayos that Vic actually told us about, and immediately we were all like, "Oh my God, this sounds too good to be true." And well, we're finding out it probably is because Nick's ordered one, I don't know, like 6 months ago.
Oh my God, no. It got ordered almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, because you pre-ordered it, right?
Yeah. We're coming up on the year because it was ordered in November.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was supposed to have been delivered in time for Christmas, and then January, then February, and then March, and I mean just constant delays. Now they are shipping, people are getting them, they're not actually being waterproof. They're saying that there may be a defect in the production. They're going to give free replacements, but fucking A, I haven't even got mine yet. People are saying the speaker doesn't work at all. It sounds like, I mean, it's not vaporware because there's something there, but
Right. It's more like cancerous smokeware, you know, like you get it and it blows up in your face.
It is nonsense. They're claiming the firmware updates are taking care of some of these things, but obviously not everything can be handled. And a lot of the problems were found in testing, and that's what the delays were. Like they ended up redesigning the insides of the watch,
Right.
to get a couple of things to work right, which all new molds, and that put them months and months behind. And I'm being very patient. I don't really mind. I know that when you buy into an Indiegogo project or any of the other ones that Kickstarter, whatnot, that you're buying into an idea,
Right.
and that may actually never come to fruition. For whatever reason, I mean, it's like somebody has a great idea, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna need this much money to make it happen, and then they run into problems. You know what I mean? And this Kratos went way over budget, and I'm sure that they're probably exhausted their money at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And to be fair, I mean, that is fucking ridiculous. Don't let me, sound like I'm making up or like, trying to say it's not. But to be fair, just about every smartwatch manufacturer has had some problem along the lines. Pebble was a Kickstarter. They initially pushed back their watches. They had same problem with waterproofing and just normal hardware issues. You've seen reports lately about the LG G Watch that it's leaving like corrosive
Right.
damage on people's arms because of the pins on the back never stop charging. Like they're always ready to receive a charge. So when you're not charging it, it's just there's a current going to it. I'm sure that there's been the Pebble Steel had a huge issue with launch stuff. I mean, they just didn't have enough of them, and they were on. I mean, I was going to buy one, and then when I saw the back order was like 16 weeks, I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'll just wait. I mean, so there's been problems off and on with smartwatch manufacturers from pretty much from the get-go. It's like no one can. I think everyone is rushing to get stuff out that they're just running into issues because of the hurry.
Right, and the other problem you have is that you're small and new, so you don't have.
Well, I'm big and old. I mean, I've been around, son.
But I mean, like Samsung was able to come to market with the device really quickly, but that's because they have that entire infrastructure in place where they can phase in a new product and use existing infrastructure to get it to market. Whereas if you're starting from scratch, I mean, that's just.
It's tough. Even Samsung's smartwatch was not like people weren't like, oh my god, this is the best thing, and they flip flop from Android to Tizen, and now they have an Android Wear watch, so they're still trying to figure their shit out,
No doubt. It's whatever. When I get my watch, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really curious because it does sound like it does everything we've been really asking it for. As far as like I said, here on the Gadget Gurus, we're all about. Staying notified and techie, but we also got to get swole. We're all about that fitness business. You know what I'm saying? It's because Nick, you ride a mountain bike, you go hiking. I mean, you're a fairly active dude. Vic, I'm not sure what you do. I think it's just like jumping around on a trampoline or something with a CrossFit or something like that.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
He swings kettlebells.
Hey, I swing kettlebells. That's just for real. Hold on, I'm gonna send Vic a link. This is what I gotta find it real quick. Somebody posted on my Facebook, which is absolutely hilarious.
Fucking up so badly. I don't know what the hell's going on. That's a piece of shit. Chrome and Hangouts. All pieces of horse shit.
We could be using.
I'm using Internet Explorer now. You go to fucking Internet Explorer to get this shit to work.
All right, let me see if I can send this to you guys here. Can I put something in the? Oh fuck it, I'll just send it to you on the Hangouts.
Right there, showcase, screen share. Right there, chat. Chat.
All right, go ahead, check that video out. That's how I imagine what Vic's doing when he goes to his CrossFit gym.
Mm-hmm.
Just me.
I can't see it, dude.
I posted it in the Hangouts.
Post in the chat.
This is how I'm saying you look to the rest of it.
The little chat icon at the top, very top left.
Hold on.
You click on that, and then just post.
There you go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I posted it there. For those of you who are not watching this live to see the chat. I'll post it in the show notes because it's pretty funny.
I love the Slayer pants.
Yeah. I like how he just like takes a weight and he's just like slamming it on the ground, and the one he picks up the barbell with the weights and he's picking it up like one side before the other. I don't know, it's really funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. At least they have bumper
what
plates.
happened there, but it's kind of, I love the
No, that's basically what
I
you
love
do.
the hyperbole.
Yeah, you gotta have the hyperbole. Well, what do you guys want to get into first? You want to talk tech stuff, or you want to talk movie stuff first?
I guess we talk. What's probably more interesting? What do we have for tech stuff?
A lot of stuff happened so far over the past couple of weeks. Nothing like huge. I mean, we're kind of in the tech lull right now, but I think I'm just kind of reading through my pocket, my saved articles. One of the things that comes to mind that we haven't talked about yet is the Sprint T-Mobile merger. Looks like it's pretty much fell through and done.
That's just old news.
Yeah, it's old, but I mean, we also haven't.
About Sprint, Dan Hesse being kicked out, and Sprint's new unlimited plan they're trying to come up with this shit. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nick Ball, you got a PS4 yet?
No.
You got a Vita?
No.
Man, you guys fucking suck. Mike, you got an Xbox One yet?
No.
Man, fuck. Oh, damn.
Sorry, buddy.
There's a Madden bundle coming out, Mike, with free Madden.
With what?
I don't want
Madden
Madden.
Xbox One bundle coming out, $3.99, and it gives you Madden for free.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get right on that because of all the football I watch.
Oh, man. I don't know what you do, bro.
My brother's a big Madden fan, so, I mean, maybe he'll buy it and I'll steal it from him, but probably not because he's a PlayStation guy. How about T-Mobile? T-Mobile doing a unlock app in the App Store.
What the hell is that about?
It's basically like it's only available for one phone right now. They're probably just testing it. So no, it's available for this piece of shit like little Samsung phone. It's like $200. But if you pay for the phone in full, instead of having to like call your provider and go through all that crap, there's just an app that you click and it lets you either like temporarily unlock the phone or permanently unlock the phone, so you can pop another SIM in if you're traveling, or if you just want it completely unlocked all the time. So it's all
another SIM when you're traveling, dude. That doesn't make any sense. With T-Mobile, you got free
I know.
text and data. So while you're traveling, you got all that shit to begin with without having to worry about that.
Right. But T-Mobile, they're trying to do this like uncarrier, let's be friendly with the customers thing. This is one of those pain points. I mean, have you guys ever had to call a carrier and get your phone unlocked before?
Yeah, actually, I did that with my wife's phone.
It's a pain in the ass. I had to do it from my mom. It is
Really?
ridiculous. Like, well, I'll say AT&T. AT&T, holy shit.
Yeah,
holy
T-Mobile
shit.
was like.
Yeah. Oh, and I did call T-Mobile and unlock an HTC One at one point. So, but it's still a pain to call, and you got to talk to somebody. You put in a request, they email you back. It's like you got to wait 48. It's like it should just be an app on your phone that you can click and be like, oh, okay, I've paid my phone off. I'm done.
Or in case of T-Mobile, at least pay like 1 month of your EIP. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, that's cool, and that's cool to see that happening. See somebody doing something out there. Get that shit out there, make it easier for the people, more power to the people.
It's different.
Now made it so that it's legal to.
I'm different.
I'm
different. I'll pull up to the place to get my phone unlocked. What do you guys think about this like Shark Week stuff that's going on? A lot of people, I didn't notice this last year or any year for that matter, but like everyone's flipping out about how Shark Week has slowly turned from like a science-based typical Discovery Channel show that's rooted in science and reality to a more like dramatic fake thing. Like last year, they actually did a whole entire hour something show about Megalodon, which was completely fake, but it was done so well that people actually thought it was real. I don't want to say so well, but it was portrayed in a way that was convincing enough that people thought it was real. I think 72% of their viewers thought that it was real.
I think that I thought it wasn't that people actually caring much about that as it is as much as it was like scientists being discredited and stuff like that. Like scientists having their words and everything twisted around, like in their research twisted around, like to I think one dude was saying that his research and his interview was showing that he believed in something, which she clearly told him in the interview that he does not believe in it. So I thought it was a lot of bullshit going on around, the material and the science. It's not as much the actual consumers giving a fuck because, people are stupid.
Well, yeah, I guess I've just seen a lot of articles from, I think Mashable had one, The Verge had one, some dude on YouTube did, a debunking video. I mean, it seemed like everybody's just, I don't know if it's just an easy target. Once someone else starts doing it, then you can do it too, kind of bandwagon link baiting, but I don't know. I mean, as a shark enthusiast myself and scuba diver, I like sharks, and I always look forward to Shark Week, and, you can't do scientific shit. Shark Week's been going on as far as I can remember, but I remember
1998.
Thank you, 1998. I remember watching a documentary on sharks from the 80s on VHS that my dad had just laying around that was done by the Discovery Channel. There ain't no new shit since 1986, motherfuckers. The sharks do what sharks do. They've been doing that for a very, very long time, and we've been doing the same shit with sharks as far as tagging and tracking and seeing where they go in their migration and this and that and cage dives and this and fucking this shark and that shark and fucking there's not that much more science shit that you can that's entertaining. Discovery Channel's a television network. They have to provide entertainment. And if reality is entertainment, then they provide that. If making up some shit about a giant shark and your dumbass believes it, that's entertainment. I had a good time watching that shit.
Listen, here's the deal. If you watch History Channel or Discovery Channel for real scientific or historical information, you're gonna be disappointed. All right, they're designed to entertain you.
Right.
And provide
Look at Vikings. Vikings is on the History Channel, and that shit is the farthest from historical accuracy. It's there to entertain you.
If you want to learn shit, go to PBS, man. Otherwise,
I'm sorry, PBS is who did that document back in the 80s.
In the 80s, okay.
No, National Geographic. National Geographic. I remember the cover. It's yellow. Yeah, it's National Geographic.
PBS is where you actually want to learn shit. But other than that, the other networks, they're there to make money, guys. Okay, so they're going to do whatever brings in the money while relating somewhat to their theme.
Yeah, and Shark Week has become this pop phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? They're taking advantage of the idea that people, motherfuckers are scared of sharks, right? I mean, we know this. Sharks kill 5 people a year. It's not a huge fucking number. Dogs kill more people, cows kill more people, lightning kills more people, car accidents, drugs. I mean, the list. The sharks are number 470 million on the things that kill motherfuckers. We kill more people than sharks kill people. So they exacerbate the fear of sharks because no shit, they're fucking scary. You guys ever been in the water with a shark? That shit fucking sucks. It's scary. It doesn't suck. It's actually scary. But I've been in the water with sharks too. But it's you want to learn about sharks?
Go swim on the bottom and ignore you.
It's funny. My wife is getting certified because we're actually going diving in 3 weeks, and she's never been. And the line in the PADI dive manual that is basically instructing you how to dive says if you see a shark, don't worry, stay calm, swim to the bottom, and enjoy the experience.
If you see a shark, go ahead, take a blade, slice your wrist, enjoy the experience.
Yeah, make sure your wound is bleeding and you're flapping around a fish. It's fine. He'll just leave you alone. He'll take that as a sign that you're in distress, and if you hold on to his dorsal fin, he will take you to safety. It's fine.
Oh man!
Don't worry about it.
Nick Ball swimming with the shark. Nick, are you scuba certified?
No, but I've been scuba diving.
Yeah, with that beard, Nick could do anything in the water. He looks like
you don't have to be. You don't
Nick
have
would punch stingrays and sharks in the face.
I never understood why people did that.
What, get certified?
Yeah.
Oh, because you can do more than just your typical.
And then you go out whenever you want, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
You buy your own equipment and go out whenever you want.
Oh, you can buy your own equipment anyways.
Yeah, and you could go out whenever you want by yourself. Right. But if you want to do like a for real dive that's semi-dangerous, like inside wreck dives, cave dives, that sort of shit, you got to show the motherfuckers your card, or else they're not gonna let you.
Only if the motherfuckers are like taking you out there.
No. A lot of boats won't even charter a boat for you if you're diving.
I'm not asking anybody to charter a boat.
He's going to get his own fucking boat.
Yeah. Think about the process. First of all, you got to know where the cave or the wreck is. You have to rent your own boat. You have to drive there.
Listen, niggas going to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gear to avoid spending a couple $100 getting certified. That's the logic.
He was a friend of the family, but.
But I mean, it's a lot like any other education stuff. It's like there's probably about 25% of the stuff you read you'll actually use. The rest of the stuff is just, hey, we got to put this in there because motherfuckers are stupid.
Yeah, just don't come up fast, don't go down fast, and
yeah, but okay.
And know how to clear your ears. Know how to clear your ears, and
my favorite part is making you take everything off at the bottom of the reef, and then put it all back on.
Now you do that in a pool. Nobody does that shit on a reef.
Yeah, we
don't.
Well, you did it because you went on like some fucking let me teach you how to scuba course on a vacation. That's why.
It wasn't on a vacation, and it was in Hawaii, and and he doesn't have a pool. They don't have a pool to do certification. They do it right there in the ocean.
Right. That's why is because you did the crash course of scuba.
It's not a crash. No. He didn't have me do that, but that's where he takes all his students in. And that's where they do all their learning.
Right. My favorite is the pull your mask off and breathe thing, because you know how many people breathe in through their nose?
Oh, no, you mean pull your mask off and recover it or something like that?
Well, you recover it, you drop it, but you also stay on your knees in just under head height water, pull off your mask and breathe, because
he has us doing that crap in like 30 feet of water.
Yeah, you do. Well, originally, your first experience in scuba gear is in a pool. Traditional certification is in a pool.
Then you go out to the
then you go out to.
You can't do anything in a pool.
Hey, I'm with you. I was using a tank and a regulator when I was like 5 because I thought it was cool. My dad had me clean the pool, and I was like, oh, I got to breathe underwater, and here I am fucking scrubbing the pool. I was like, now as an adult, I'm like, God damn, that was such a good idea, Dad.
It really was a good idea.
Yeah, you got free labor out of me, and I thought I was Aquaman.
Right.
Except I didn't think I was Aquaman because he's always been pretty lame. I just thought I was underwater breathing.
But you're underwater breathing, so
it's pretty cool.
All right. So you know what? I have always hated Shark Week.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
why?
Paul is a rebel. You know, he is a hipster.
Why? Because I've always felt that it was really asinine and that it was dramatized and that it was overhyping and it was creating a sensationalism that wasn't there. I've got all these things that people are suddenly coming around to. That's something I've complained about every year, and have just been. My voice has been stomped out by the masses. And
hey, well, that's fair. If you've always felt that way, that's fair. But like all of a sudden, all these people this year are like, wait a minute, Discovery Channel's raping my mind with drama, and you're like, well, no shit. You're like, if you're gonna make a story about sharks, it's got to be yeah, dude, it is definitely sensationalized.
Not the people who are watching Shark Week. It's the news outlets and the people who help create the content that are being pissed off about the way things are being handled, not really the people who watch Shark Week.
No, I think the people who are watching it are starting to come around. I think society is getting smarter.
Nick Ball.
No, I think it's twofold. I think people are seeing more and more, because if you watch Shark Week, only about 5 or 6 shows are actually new content. The rest of it's shit that they've played before. And it's less and less scientific and
anyways, I'm not going to talk about it.
So I see it from your angle. I just don't give a shit. I think sharks are cool, and I like Sharknado. You know, I'll watch sharks in any form I can get.
Sharknado's not like, you know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I watch anything shark related because I like sharks.
They should have an Amore Eel week.
Oh my god, that would be cool because them bitches is nasty.
They are. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what
people getting their fucking fingers bit off, getting regulators ripped out of their mouths. I mean, you know, that's fun. Sharks,
Yeah, they're just like big underwater puppy dogs is what they are. They're like, oh, what is this? Let me bite it with my mouth. Oh, that's a human. I'll swim away.
Exactly.
The eels are like, I'm going to fuck your shit up because I'm... You're like, whoa, eel?
Whoa, go back in your fucking hole.
I was just trying to check out this fucking clownfish, and you're over here all up in my shit, looking like a giant underwater dragon.
Yeah, and
you ever been shot by an electric eel, Mike?
Have I ever been bitten by one?
No, shocked.
Oh, shocked by one. Yeah, constantly. That's how I train my body. No, motherfucker, I've never been shocked by an electric eel.
Awesome.
Fuck that.
I don't even know where they.
That would keep me from the water. I'll tell you, all the things.
Where do electric eels live?
Are electric eels even real? Like, is that a real thing?
They're real. In the aquarium. But
I've seen eels, but do they really blanca the shit out of you?
No, I don't. I think like if you put your hand in a tank with one, like you can feel it. Like it's. I think it's more like a DC shock than an AC shock. So it's more like it pulls, like you feel it shocking, whereas AC is just like pow bang, you know.
Right. It's more like a vibration or something.
Yeah, like you can feel it coursing in your body, kind of a thing. It like makes you like kind of like a taser shock.
Okay.
So that
I don't think they're very strong. I don't.
Okay. Here we go. The electric eel has 3 abdominal pairs of organs that produce electricity. The main organ, the hunter's organ, the sax organ. These organs make up 4/5 of its body and are what give electric eel the ability to generate 2 types of electric organ discharges: low voltage and high. These organs are made up of electrolytes. So shit, I drink Gatorade. I'm safe, right? I'm immune.
That's what allows you to be shocked.
Oh well, I don't drink Gatorade. I was just kidding. Lined up so current of icons can flow. They got ions. Oh, the icons. But this bitch has got a launcher on him. It's a cool ass eel running Android.
Have you guys ever played Turtles in Time?
Yes. Who hasn't?
That's all. That's the only thing I read that brought up. I'm just thinking of you getting shot and having that same animation. See your skeleton.
Oh, here you go. The electric eel, blah blah, can shock up to 600 volts.
Where's it live though?
The amps.
Amperage is all the key. I mean, like a static shock is actually like 10,000 volts.
1 amp.
Oh, that's not much.
1 amp of current. Oh, hold on. Heart fibrillation can take place from currents ranging from 70 to 700 MA and higher. What's it?
Milliamps.
Milliamps. So
like 0.7 amps.
That's not even an amp yet.
0.7.
Habitat.
Okay, where do they fucking live?
They live fresh waters of Amazon and the Orinoco River in South Africa. Swamps, creeks, small rivers, coastal plains, muddy bottoms, and calm or stagnant water. Here we go. The electric eel is known for its unusual breeding behavior. In the dry season, a male eel makes a nest from his saliva into which the female lays her eggs.
All right.
Interesting.
Good stuff.
Either way, though, 600 volts at 1 amp could do some serious damage.
I mean, you know,
especially
I guess.
If it's prolonged.
You gotta be careful. But you know, I'll still pay to see it happen to you, Mike. That'll be the highlight of my life.
I would also pay to see it happen to me too, as long as it wasn't happening to me.
I would not pay, but I would gladly watch for free.
Par for the course.
I'll pay, and you can just enjoy the show.
Be like my bachelor party all over again.
You got shocked by an eel in your bachelor party? What kind of fucked up shit was that?
No, somebody else paid, and I enjoyed the show. That was the joke.
I know. I was trying to turn it to my own joke. What else we got? Tech news. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Do we even talk about the stuff we said we were going to talk about T-Mobile now?
Yeah, we briefly covered it. Yeah.
Didn't T-Mobile say something?
We talked about the merger failing,
did T-Mobile say that they are throttling? They're going to start throttling heavy.
No, they throttling.
No. What it is users that are using peer-to-peer sharing and.
Yeah, I know. But did they say they were going to do that or not?
Yes, they said they're gonna send you like 3 notices first. And then if it impacts customers in that area, then they will throttle. It's like a very, very like there was a conversation on Twitter with their network guy and like someone else he was like, no, we're gonna let them know, we're gonna let them know again, we're gonna let them know one more time, and then if it does affect people, then we'll stop throttling. And they're looking for people that are like running fucking servers and shit off their cell phone.
Like Verizon, which is just now going to start throttling anybody over 5 gigs.
Right. Verizon, once you hit 4.5 gigs, doesn't matter if you're on the unlimited plan, your ass is getting throttled. Sorry, that's just how it goes. If you fall within the top 5%, which they say their top 5% is the people that use more than 4.5 gigs. So they've pretty much covered all their bases to just throttle you after 4.5 gigs.
Yep.
Which sucks.
Sucks for Verizon users.
Yeah. Because what do you guys normally use a month? I'm in that like 15 to 20 gig range, and that's not peer to peer. That's not abusing it. That's mostly streaming music, YouTube, that sort of thing.
Well, that's some bullshit then, Mike. Because streaming music is now free on T-Mobile.
Not for Google Play.
Oh, they haven't added that yet? Oh, yeah, you're like one of the few people that still use that, man. Real men use Spotify, but...
I even downloaded Spotify a couple weeks ago and tried to use it. I just don't like the app. It's I don't know.
The app got changed.
That might be because of Android.
Yeah, it's...
They did like a whole... That's their big fatal flaw, is they're always redesigning the interface. And it gets confusing and hard to use, and right now it's probably the worst it's ever been.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan. I even, in fact, today, because I searched for a band on Google Play and couldn't find it, so I just did a general Google search, and it was like, oh, well, play this band in one of your apps that you have, and Spotify was one of them. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I will switch to Spotify, because on top of that, Google is only allowing you to deauthorize 4 devices a year. You can authorize up to 10, but you can only deauthorize 4, which if anyone flashes ROMs, a lot of times you flash a ROM, it thinks it's a whole new device, so you can basically fill up your 10 devices and your 4 deactivations in a flashing session, so I haven't run into that problem yet, because I haven't flashed any ROMs or anything on the G3. It's been pretty good on stock rooted, but as soon as that becomes a problem, it's just going to piss me off, and I'm going to have to use something else. So I was like, oh, let me use Spotify as like my backup and see how I like it. And I actually liked Rdio better than Spotify even back in the day. That's what I was using originally before Google Music came around with All Access. And that's the bottom line. I can't tell if Nick froze or if he fell asleep or what's going on. Oh, there he goes. All right, so the reason we postponed the show, we were going to do a show last week, but 1, Vic was on vacation losing his wedding ring, and 2, we wanted to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because Vic, did you see it? Did you get around to seeing it? Of course. All right.
We'll talk. Is Nick Ball
No, Nick already said he didn't want to see it, which he's a fucking idiot. But whatever. Let's talk about Guardians first, because Nick did see that, and I feel like we'll get the most of our conversation out of that. Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's just go around.
Like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like main song at that point. Just like kind of edit that in, splice that in, have that going, and then.
Yeah, that's gonna take too much work, and I'm lazy.
Yeah, the Listerine theme song.
I'm pretty sure there's a copyright thing for that too. That's the mix.
One for me.
There we go. It's like you play that first part, like I think
that was beautiful.
10 seconds or something like that. You can play without worrying about copyright. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I get like 10 seconds. Yeah. So overall, what'd you guys think? I thought it was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. Makes me want the next Marvel movie to come out right away, man. Disappointed we gotta wait almost a fucking year for Avengers 2. It's insane. It's fucking insane.
What about you, Ball? How'd you like it?
Oh, I thought it was a ton of fun.
A ton of fun. All right, let me ask you guys a question. Oh, there it goes.
Stop, now we got some.
Yeah, there you go. For 10 seconds, that's it. Otherwise, we're getting our asses.
Born skiffs and blah blahs.
All right, so let me ask you guys a question. So, going into this movie, it's been fairly covered that we like comics here at the Gadget Gears, and I like to think that I'm decently versed in comic history, and I know who Rocket Raccoon is thanks to a video game, but I've never really read much with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I kind of went into this. I did go into this really not knowing much about any of these characters. Do you think that going into the movie, really just kind of not knowing what to expect, or not really having any like, oh, I have to see this origin story, or they didn't do this right. Do you think going into a movie like that made it easier to be enjoyable?
Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need as long as they deliver a good story. It doesn't matter if they match the comic. Like, you know, with Iron Man and all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's pretty close.
I feel like that stuff all happens after you walk out of the theater.
Yeah, I feel like let's look at Ultron for example. With Avengers 2, Ultron coming out, it's like Ultron's origin story is obviously going to be different because Hank Pym hasn't been introduced yet. So you know, as long as they do a good job handling it, it doesn't have to be the same as the original. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't
Sure.
you don't think about that until the movie's over.
Unless you're like one of those hardcore nerds who like go in there expecting it to be, you know.
Right. I guess what I'm getting at is like I didn't have any
preconceived notions.
Preconceived notions walking into this movie whatsoever. You know,
Right.
it could have been a non-Marvel related movie that was just called Some Dudes and a Green Chick, and I'd have been like, oh, this is a fucking awesome movie. You know what I mean?
It could have been.
And
Marvel's proven that, you know, you can take these quirky characters and stuff like that, have a crazy setting, and as long as you deliver a good fucking story.
yeah, and I think this movie really shows that it's not just the known comic characters that sell and do well. I think it's that Marvel really does have a good group of people, that can write, that can direct, that can produce. I think they cast well. You know, they're firing on all cylinders, and I think this movie proves that. You know, there's definitely been some missteps. You know, some people don't like this movie more than this movie, or didn't like one of the movies as much. But I mean, they've all been.
I think really hate working for Marvel. So, like, freaking what guy who plays Captain America. He said that or at least my understanding that he started to hate acting after starting to work for Marvel and stuff like that. And a lot of
the stuff I read a lot of that stuff it was taken out of context. He was just saying he didn't know if he wanted to get tied down to play because Marvel's contracts are obviously fucking contracts. He can't do anything really. Really anything else to he did that movie Snowpiercer, which was really good.
It was.
If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's really good. But I think it's more so that his time is so tied up in doing all of these movies that he doesn't have time to do other stuff, and he wants to get out of acting and into directing.
And I know directors are also completely not excited to work with Marvel just because of the limited, I guess, creative input they have. A lot of this stuff has to all interlink between each other, between all these dang movies and everything like that. So I know a lot of directors, some directors are just like,
all these actors can suck a dick. Cry me a river with your fucking $1 million movie checks,
Directors, not actors.
Well, here's the thing. I think is
and directors.
Take Fifth Element, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And take
Great movie.
Take Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Another great movie.
Really?
I liked them both.
How could you like Sky Captain? I thought that was a terrible movie. That was going to point to two movies of similar genre. Could have been similar styles, but they're so different. And one's good, one's terrible.
How about this?
Could have gone either way.
X-Men's Days of Future Past versus X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I stopped watching X-Men movies like 10 years ago. They're terrible.
X-Men Wolverine, the first one was just a disgusting, appalling movie.
The kids rented that,
and I wasn't a huge fan of Future Past. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't as blown away as all you motherfuckers out there.
I watched Days of Future Past on my flight, and I'm like, this is probably my favorite comic book movie of the summer. I was actually more invested in the.
No.
No, to be honest, I was actually more invested in I was actually kind of disappointed. I'm like, when they go to the future, I'm like, I don't want to be in the future. I don't want to see these future people fight. I want to see these characters, how they overcome this obstacle. Man, they really
You're just being obstinate to be.
Yeah, no way. That was the number one gripe with that movie. Well, anyway, we're not talking about that. We talked about that on the podcast before. We're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Nick, what was the standout shit for you? What did you really enjoy about this movie? Because it's gotten like a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, the response is overwhelmingly positive. What was positive in Nick Ball's world?
Oh my God! I don't know where to start. Here's the thing: is that it was just a ton of fucking fun.
Yes.
There wasn't anything about it that I can point to and be like, oh, that was cool, because that's how good the whole movie was.
Yes.
A lot of movies have real ebbs and flows. I felt like this movie just. It didn't blow me away at any particular point, but it pulled me along the whole way. I was just fully engrossed in it, and I was loving every minute of it. And for me, I think Fifth Element is probably the only other sci-fi that's as much fun.
Yeah, Fifth Element's some good shit. That's a good movie.
That's just a fun movie.
It is a fun. I watched it just the other day, as a matter of fact. It's so good.
The Fifth Element can be on TV, and you will watch it when you come to it, because it doesn't matter where it was at in the movie. You can just jump right in, and it takes you right away from wherever it's at. And I felt like this movie did the same thing, and it was all very sci-fi. There was a ton of shit that I don't understand. Like, I don't know about the fucking planet they went to, and like the ships, and they had the huge fleet. You know,
Xandar, you mean, Nick?
Yeah,
Xandar.
but I don't need to know.
Nova Corps.
That's just it. They're like, all this shit happening, and it doesn't matter. You know, like you don't need to know about any of the world. You don't need to understand any of the characters, any of the politics. There's nothing to understand, and still really, really enjoy the movie.
Yeah. My one gripe was that I was hoping there would be Nova Centurions in there, dude.
I wouldn't say it was a gripe, but I mean, they name dropped Nova, of course, so many times. I thought for sure. I honestly thought the after scenes were going to be a hint to Nova.
At least a Nova Centurion is being formed or something like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But anyway, Vic, what about you? What was your takeaway? Like, was there anything in particular that you really enjoyed?
The movie did an excellent job of delivering on all fronts in terms of like comedy, action, and drama. The movie just did an excellent job of handling all three major points. You laughed, you felt pain, you know, and you got in that action. It was just like, you know, you were there, you were pumped, you were just going along, and it takes you on that roller coaster, man. It delivers it perfectly, and like the final fight, which, well, I guess spoilers, is, you know, it's like a daylight space, like daylight. It's not even in space. It's like a daylight over the earth. You know, like it's still like a aerial fight, but it's kind of insane how they just didn't like say, hey, let's just throw this in space when it's dark, and you know, they actually had it light out there. You could see everything happening. It was like a crazy epic fight, and I'm like, man, this is fucking amazing. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it's big names playing tiny roles.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of like the roles, I thought when they announced the cast, I thought Batista, I was like, okay, you know, whatever, but it's Batista. But
no, man, worried about Chris Pratt too.
I was really I really enjoyed Drax, the Batista's character. I thought for sure like Rocket Raccoon was going to be my favorite because he's a smart-ass raccoon that fucking totes a gun. Like, that's going to be the funny part of the movie. And it was, don't get me wrong.
Rocket Raccoon, you stupid.
Rocket Raccoon.
Nothing like me but me.
He's hilarious, and he did some good shit. But like Drax and how he talks so literal, like that scene where he's like,
yes,
nothing flies over my head. And then he like takes a second, and he's like, because I would catch it, you know, like he totally stole some scenes from me, and I was like, this character, like, I thought he was just going to be like the stupid oaf muscle character, and all of a sudden he's like, every scene he's in, I'm like, I love this dude, you know, so
he was a stupid oaf.
He was a stupid oaf, but he was a very articulate stupid oaf, you know. And it's just, I don't know, like Nick said, it was one of those movies that, like, there was no highs and lows. It just kept you on this nice pace of everything, you know, a mixture of action, mixture of comedy. And
Thanos did look a little weird, though.
No, I thought Thanos looked cool, man. That big-ass chin and those teeth, those big fucking teeth. Oh,
I guess I was thinking of trying to compare him to the freaking Avengers CGI one, but, yeah. It'll probably grow on me.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen him like really move around either, so I'm curious to see what they do with Thanos for sure, because he's, you know, obviously a large villain.
All right, so here's the major question.
Okay.
You guys gotta collaborate on this. Okay, what gems have been revealed so far? Which of the Infinity Gems, or in this case, the Infinity Stones, have been revealed so far? You got power, and the six main ones are power, time, reality, soul, space. And what's the last one, Mike?
Earth.
Like a Captain Planet. Hold on, I thought...
You got reality, time, power, space. Jesus Christ.
Just Google it.
Yeah, hold on. It's,
here we go. Mind and...
That was it, mind.
Soul. I already said soul, too.
Okay, so the Tesseract was one. What was the Tesseract?
Reality, right?
No. It's either space or power. And Mike, I was actually going to ask you on that one too because like.
I was trying to figure this out the other day. I was reading up on the Infinity Gauntlet because I was like, I wonder how long it's going to be until we see the Infinity.
Blue is mind.
No, the ether for sure was reality from Thor 2. That was reality.
Wait. I don't remember one in Thor 2.
Yeah, it was the ether, the red shit that they kept trying to fight over. That the girl, Natalie Portman's character, got like absorbed into her blood.
That was reality.
That one's power.
No, it's not power. That was reality, just because of the way it was being handled.
I'm cheating and using the internet. The red one was power.
No, because I don't think those are the actual colors yet.
They are.
They are.
Really match up to that.
Okay, so let's
everything was getting fucked up. Gravity was getting messed up and everything like that. So that was definitely reality. Power doesn't do that.
I think the Tesseract is mind because he could tap those people and control their mind.
No, that wasn't the Tesseract. That was Loki's staff, not the actual Tesseract.
Which was a piece of the Tesseract.
No, it wasn't. Loki's staff.
No, you're right. Thanos gave him
mind control the mind. That's actually soul. So that one has to be the soul gems.
Yeah, because you're right. Thanos gives him the staff to go get the Tesseract.
Yep, and the soul gem allows the user to steal, control, and manipulate and alter souls, living or dead. So that's definitely the soul gem.
So the Tesseract, I think the Tesseract's power because it just was creating like blast of energy. They turned the weapons into energy.
I was thinking Tesseract was power, and then this one might be space.
But
I don't think everybody was killed, but they were probably just launched somewhere in space. But arguably, the Tesseract could be space as well too, since it did open up a new dimension. But I thought it was the machine that did it, not the actual Tesseract. The Tesseract just powered the machine to open up, space time or whatever.
Yeah. So what's the other one? Because what's the one
the purple one? The purple one then would be.
It can either be power or space. One of those two.
What's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy? Because that dude got avoided the fuck
up. One. And that's what I was saying. It's either power or space for the purple one.
That one's got to be space because no one can fucking contain it.
Yeah, so
I don't know. And again, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've already said the Marvel Cinematic Universe, treat that like a different universe than what we've read in the comics. Just like we have the Ultimates, we have the, all the different fucking alternate realities in the comics that they always come up with. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is also a separate universe, so they have free reign to pretty much do whatever they want with the source material.
Now, what do you guys think is going to happen in the future? Because of course we got Avengers 2: Age of Ultron, which I don't know which we probably got one of the Infinity Gems. I think the Soul one, being since that dude has Loki's staff, General Stryker.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I'm really interested to see Ultron and the in Avengers 2 just to see what they do because it's got a lot. It has the mutants for the first time, so they can't call them mutants. Superhumans or whatever they're gonna call it. I forgot what they're
miracles.
Miracles, yeah. It has Ultron in there, so it seems like a lot of terrestrial shit. There's not a lot that ties into Thanos, so I don't, or the gems.
Well, I think the Soul Gem might be used to control the twins. The Stryker might use the Soul Gem to actually control the twins.
Right, but that's not a new gem. You know what I'm saying? They have to introduce another one eventually because they have to tie it all together.
Probably Guardians 2 is when we'll see another gem.
Well, we still have Thor 3, we still have Captain America 3.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to have more gems on Earth. That doesn't make any sense, because we already had like 3 gems, already on Earth. And it just seems like the rest have to...
No, because at the end of the movie, they take it back to the Collector.
Well, but you had 3 gems originating on Earth. You had the Tesseract on Earth, you had the Ether on Earth.
No, the Ether wasn't on Earth, and the Tesseract is the only one on Earth.
But it was kind of linked because of the whole reality thing. They kind of got linked, to Earth.
No, you're not.
Jane Foster slipping into another reality from Earth.
Yeah, from Earth, but the Ether wasn't.
I'm just saying linked to Earth. I should say linked to directly.
Well, it's all linked to Earth because that's where our main characters are from.
But I think like the other gems have to be introduced, maybe like Guardians 2, and then Thanos like, I had the other gems, now I gotta go to Earth to retrieve the last gem or something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for.
So how many does the Collector have right now?
Collector has 1. He has the Ether still.
Yeah, he still has the. Well, we don't know because his shit got blowed up. Speaking of blowed up, fucking Howard the Duck at the end of the movie, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
How awesome was that?
And Cosmos, if you notice.
Yeah, Cosmos the Space Dog. Yeah. That was a slip in. No, I don't think many people caught that one.
So yeah, it was pretty good. They had some Easter eggs in there for fans.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I liked
I hope
it.
they introduced Adam Warlock in Avengers. Avengers.
I'd like to see some more Doctor Strange, or not more, but I'd like to see Doctor Strange.
Don't they have a Doctor Strange movie coming out soon?
Yeah, he's on roadmap. We just don't have any like details.
So we got.
They have movies like, what was it, all the way to 2022 or 2024. Like they have 2020. It was like, I don't know. They have a ton of movies already mapped out. 2026.
Some of those are fake though, so you got to be careful. Some of those leaks are fake.
Like, no. I know, but I mean, Marvel said themselves that roadmap extends that long. Like they're already thinking about a decade worth of movies. Because I mean, you got to think about it. They come out with one movie. Then the premise is, we'll do a sequel or two, and then we'll do a collaborative, then we'll do you know what I mean? Like, they have, or not necessarily in that order, but...
Are we going to Iron Man 4?
That I don't know. You know, with that, I think that all comes down to Robert Downey, you know what I mean? Like, what he's doing. I think the Avengers 2 might be the last movie we see him in.
Yeah, well, no, he has to be in Avengers 3, though, right?
I mean, Iron Man has to be in Avengers 3, and Tony Stark has to be in Avengers 3, but Robert Downey doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I mean, it would be weird to, like, all of a sudden, because Robert Downey just owns that role. I mean, we're talking, you want to talk about some big shoes to fill as taking over a character? You know, that's like James Bond level fucking scrutiny coming out.
I would say James Bond level. James Bond does change every now and then, so.
Right, James Bond actually changes, so that's terrible.
No, I don't know, because when a new James Bond's announced, you're like, I don't know if he can be James Bond.
Yeah, but that's a character we expect to change over.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Stark is Robert Downey Jr.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You're gonna have to get rid of Tony Stark.
Yeah, you'll have to get rid of
that's true. I mean, they would have to get rid of him and just have Iron Man somehow, or maybe War Machine.
Right, somebody else is wearing the suit, but Tony Stark, and he is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I think Marvel is wrestling with that right now because one, he's getting older, and two. Yeah. You know, if we're talking about another 10 years worth of movie, or even 5 or 6 years worth of movies, I mean, that's a lot of bank they're gonna have to come with, because he's their most expensive dude
by a long shot.
Yeah. All right, so that covers it for Guardians of the Galaxy. Guru approved. Everybody, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It was awesome.
Make sure to support Avengers 2 when it comes out.
I don't think we have to worry about that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2014.
Heroes in a half shell, total power.
They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
So, Nick, you didn't go see it because you didn't want your childhood ruined, which I'm not going to argue with you.
No, I'm not asking for my childhood not to be ruined. I'm asking you not to bastardize. It is already one of the most successful Turtle franchises ever.
They already got a sequel. Yeah.
Which does change constantly, but
which is unnecessary.
If you just hold on to the one movie that you saw, sure. But we're not going to get in. We're not going to get in that. We're going to talk about the movie. Vic, what did you think about the movie?
That's what I want to say. I want to get some rage out here. First of all, my main gripe with the movie, my main number one gripe, there was not enough turtles, dude. There was way.
What do you mean? Like we needed 6 of them instead of 4?
Yeah, it was like way too much fucking April O'Neil bullshit, Megan Fox and her dumbass face. Literally, her dumbass expression for every single scene is like, God damn it, woman, can you express any kind of emotion during shit? But other than that, it was really just like you should have had the fucking 90% of the movie with the turtles, because those turtles were the characters were spot on, great chemistry together and all that kind of stuff. They could have let the whole movie by themselves, man. We didn't need a fucking human shit. And
well,
it's like that Michael J. Fox, or not Michael J. Fox, Michael Bay shit bullshit, man.
But think about every movie that is like that you want to see, and you really like the main character, and you're impressed by them. You always want to see more of that character, though. Like when I first saw Iron Man, I was like, I just wanted more fight scenes. I wanted more Iron Man. I liked it, but I wanted more Iron Man. Or when I saw Batman, the first Batman with Michael Keaton, it was like, that was cool, but I just wanted to see Batman the whole movie.
It's not necessarily Batman, though, because see, the thing is, with those movies, you're still seeing Tony Stark, you're still seeing who is Iron Man, you're seeing Bruce Wayne, who is Batman. Okay,
Right,
I can see we can watch the Turtles in their downtime and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I don't want to fucking see April O'Neil. I don't come to the Ninja Turtles movie to fucking spend the majority of the time watching April O'Neil and her goofy ass.
I hate
running
Megatron.
around doing shit. I want to see Turtles, man. I want to see them interact with each other. I want to see them sleepy. I really watch them sleep and fucking watch more of April O'Neil, man.
I want to watch him eat pizza.
Exactly, man.
They did have one scene of pizza. All right. Well, my main overall gripe with the movie was Shredder. Just the way he looked was just over the top ridiculous, and he looked like a Iron Man Mark I, like the big ass gauntlets, and like he had like literally he had 3 stages of blades. Like he'd push his hands down and the blades would come out. Then he'd push his hands down one more time and more blades would come out. Then he had that third time. He was like, "No, I got more, motherfucker."
No, it was kind of sweet how the blades did kind of like come back to him.
I did like the magnetic stuff, and the one thing I will say is that although he was huge and clunky looking, they animated and his movements were like very ninja-like. Like he was flipping and kicking and spinning, and so the way that the fights were, the choreography and the CG, because obviously he's just completely from head to toe
who's
animated.
the name of the actor that was the one that owned the pharmaceutical company?
In this movie?
Yeah.
Shit. I want to say Sax, but that's not it.
I honestly thought he was going to be Shredder. Like,
well, he voiced Shredder.
Because he would have been a good Shredder, dude.
He was originally, everyone thought that he was Shredder, but he wasn't. But he did voice Shredder.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 'cause I figured he would be.
I think they did that to like throw people off.
Huh. Oh, I thought they should just made him Shredder. That would have been awesome.
Hold on. It is Sax. Yeah. Well, yeah. Eric Sax.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It should have made him Shredder, dude. Okay.
But yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie a lot. I thought it was funny. One thing I really just absolutely really loved is how they individualized the turtles. You know, in every iteration that we had when we were kids, you know, the turtles all had like different personalities, and you know, Donnie was the nerdy one, Mikey was the like, oh bro, Leo was the strong leader, and Raphael was always the grumpy one. But there was no, other than their colored bandanas, there was very little differentiation between them. They had no personal style, and in this one, you know, they're dressed different. I don't know if you caught this, but fucking Donatello has his giant backpack with all his like tech gear. He's doing a flip over Shredder, and I noticed he's got a power strip as like a strap on him, and he's got like his shit plugged into the power strip. So I was like, is that a power strip?
I didn't see that.
I didn't catch it. I've seen it twice because I liked it. I had to go see it again. The first time I didn't catch it. The second time I caught. He was doing like it's at the end when they're playing Buck Buck with Shredder, and he goes to jump over him. If you look at his chest, he's got a power strip. So anyway, and he wears these thick frame glasses with tape in the middle. Michelangelo's got like puka shells. Raphael is like physically just huge. Like he's on steroids. He's jacked. It's stuff like that. His shell was cracked and got duct tape on it. You know, like I really like the way they individualized them. I thought that was really cool, really good move. Their mouths moved, which I thought was good because they could just kind of articulate themselves a little bit more. As far as the turtle design and stuff, I know that a lot of people, there was a lot of contention about that. That came off great. They looked good. They sounded good. They moved well. You know, I really enjoyed the turtles. Overall, I didn't have a problem with the plot. And
I want to point out, Mike, there was a huge problem with the plot. And the one thing that I don't like how a lot of movies always do is they always have to find a way to like connect everybody, which is kind of stupid. Like how April O'Neil, these were her pet turtles, and then her dad did all that shit, and she. Well,
and they did pull a lot. So this is one of the things that I find really interesting. How we'll all bitch about the turtles that we love and all of this stuff, but a lot of things from this movie were pulled directly from the comic books. People don't even realize that this Turtles have been a comic book from 1984 or something, 84, 86.
So April?
All the way until 2011. I mean, we're talking years and years and years of story and backstory and changes and new writers and, the canon changing. Lots of things have happened in the world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So even Shredder's crazy-ass outfit was based on Cyber Shredder, which is, some fucking crazy-looking Shredder. So there's a lot of this stuff that like we complain about, and one of those things was that April O'Neil's dad was a scientist and did work in a lab and all this stuff, and they just I see what you're saying.
They did that even in the new Turtles, Nickelodeon 2012, 2013, whatever Turtles. April's dad is a scientist and stuff like that. It's just that, you know, I just don't buy I just hate how they force that connection. Like they had to be April's pets.
Right. I'll tell you the two things that bothered me. The two things that bothered me the most were, one, they never explained how Splinter knew so much about Shredder, because he lived in a cage, and he said, I never remembered anything until this point. And then he starts talking about the origin of what was going on. And
it could be the mutagen. The mutagen might have expanded his knowledge, his capability.
But he never knew. He never met Shredder. He only saw April O'Neil's dad and Sax. He never saw Shredder. But yet he knows.
It was kind of weird because you're right. He did feel like he knew Shredder.
Yeah, it was like this personal connection, and he knew. He was like, he serves this master, and blah blah blah. Like, he knew all this shit about Shredder. Never met the dude. The second thing that semi bothered me, but I when I saw it, I was like, come on. But then it didn't bother me to the point where I was like, all right, this movie's ruined. Was that the Turtles learned ninjutsu from a book that had fallen into the sewer.
Splinter learned it from a book.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Splinter read ninjutsu in the book and then taught them. But they were already adolescents at that age, so they weren't like immersed in ninjutsu their whole life. They say that they do go on to explain that they took on ninjutsu as it became their way of life and not just something that he was teaching them. But a book. Really? Yeah. Like, I believe the rat being Shredder's pet and learning ninja from practicing in his cage, like in the original movie, before I'll learn that you got that badass by reading a book. You know what I mean? Yeah, I bought Bruce Lee's book, motherfucker. I can't do half that shit.
That's true. But other than that, it was still a good movie.
But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it quite a bit. On a scale of 1 to 10 turtles, I'd give it a 7. Turtle shells. I liked it a lot. I don't think it ruined any of my childhood images of the Turtles, and I'm glad that I'm glad that they redid it. I think it's time we got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in our lives. That's not on a cartoon.
Yep, and I can't wait for the second movie to come out. Because now they don't have to.
There's no backstory. Origin. We're gonna see what you want. We're gonna see 90% turtles on the screen the entire time. We're gonna see bigger, crazy shit. I just hope Michael Bay doesn't fuck it up, because the first Transformers I liked, the second one and the third one I did not. So I really hope it doesn't go down that slippery slope of this one was.
See, here's what they could do. Here's what they have. They have like the turtles, all the lore now. So freaking just bring in like the Krang. That's all you need to do for a good Turtles 2. Bring in the Krang, bam, Turtles 2, sold.
Hey, did you catch the line in the movie where he was like, the way he when Sax kidnapped them and had the turtles in their
cages
in the turtle cages, and he was like, and to think you were gonna use rabbits.
Oh yeah.
You remember the rabbit? I'm trying to find his name. His name is Usagi Yojimbo. And he's a fucking basically a Ninja Turtle rabbit samurai.
Yeah, and he had the Spike, another turtle as well, to another mutant turtle. I thought they bring in like Bebop and Rocksteady, man. That would be sweet.
That would be cool. I'd be cool with that. What'd you think about the new Turtles song?
Make Shredder Krang's bitch in the next movie. And we're good. We are good.
Yeah, I think they could do that. I think what they could do is bring in Krang and then allude that Shredder's still alive at the end to set up a possible third.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got. I think I liked it. For me, it was guru approved. I say if you're a fan of the Turtles, go see it. It doesn't take away.
Well, we'll see it.
Yeah, at least rent it when it comes out and check it out.
I'll rent it.
All right, but do you guys hear about the leak ending for Batman v Superman?
No, don't tell me. I don't know, and I've been not paying attention to that stuff on purpose.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm not going to say anything about that, but what do you guys think about Batman Superman overall? Are you guys excited for it?
I am very excited. I think Ben Affleck is going to be an awesome Bruce Wayne / Batman. I loved Henry Cavill. I loved Man of Steel. I'm a little worried that there's going to be so many characters, it sounds like. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, So I'm a little hesitant that there's going to be all of a sudden we're used to seeing just Superman or just Batman in these like more grounded types of movies. And then all of a sudden we're going to go from like the world not knowing that there's a Superman really that there's, because from what I understand, this Batman's going to be like, okay, people in Gotham know him and he's kind of just like a rumor, but the world at large doesn't know that there's a Batman. So we're going to go from this world that really doesn't know about super people or vigilantes or superheroes, and then all of a sudden we're going to have Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman, Superman all in one movie. I'm a little worried about that.
Excessive.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about like them trying to force the Justice League together so they can hurry up and do a Justice League movie in like 4 years.
You know what? It would be nice if they actually like just like during Superman versus Steel had like kind of hits at like other superpowers out there, because the DC universe is like freaking huge, and there has to be other superheroes roaming around and stuff like that. It's just like they should have some kind of a hints in there. And now you're expected to like believe that all of a sudden, all these superheroes come out of nowhere, and it's just kind of like. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm really, really interested how they're gonna bring about. I understand the Batman, Superman. You could totally do that. Like, okay, Batman's been here. Superman just came out of nowhere. Batman's like, who the fuck is this guy? He's so powerful. They could definitely write some kind of controversy that the two of them have to get together and fight, or that they have to get together and then they end up like hating each other, but then working it out and then becoming buddies. Whatever. We've seen this a million times. Unlikely partners kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now we also have to write in Wonder Woman's origin, Aquaman.
You're never going to skip the origin. They're just going to be there.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how are we going to? She's just going to show up. They're going to have to explain. Oh, she's an Amazon. You know what I mean?
I just had to leave or Amazonia, wherever her island is, just to come out here to see what you guys are up to. I mean, heard it was
I'm worried. You know what they could do? They could do some fucking Flashpoint shit and have Wonder Woman battling Aquaman.
I think what they're going to do,
Batman battling Superman.
What they're going to probably do is that whoever, I forget the name of the dude who crashes the island, brings Wonder Woman back to the U.S. It'll probably just be like she's already there, but Wonder Woman's kind of already here, and maybe during like I don't know, like the battle with Superman or something like that, she was helping save people or something like I don't know. They're probably gonna do something like that though. She was like already there, and they cover her origin in another movie. But right now, it's just like, well, we're way behind Marvel, and we don't have time to do this origin stuff, and we got to get straight into like the good.
I just really hope that they don't try and match Marvel's pacing. Marvel's been at it for longer; they're obviously better at it. Like, let's just focus on making good movies. Well, don't worry about forming them up together to do a Justice League movie because the Avengers came out.
Well, they are kind of matching their pace. Do you see their list for movies?
Right. No, I know. I mean, they have the same scope as far as what they want to do in the future, but like. The Avengers, by the time this movie comes out, was it coming out 2015? Or 2016?
2016, probably.
I mean, that's 2 years from... the Avengers have been out for 5 years, almost.
Yeah.
That's... By the time the Justice League movie comes out, it'll be almost 9 years from the Avengers. Let's not rush it,
Right? The Avengers came out just a couple years ago, 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012. This movie's going to be 2016, so that's 4 years.
Yeah.
But we're not. So we're not going to get another DC like a movie, and for at least 2 years after that, introducing more characters, and then maybe a Justice League movie after that.
Movie's coming out that same year, dude. I think they got Shazam coming out that same year. So I think they got at least according to their schedule, they had like Batman v Superman, I think Shazam, and I think Flash and Green Lantern coming out that same year.
Yeah, that's almost. You know what I mean? It's like almost too much. Like, I don't know.
That's perfect, man. That's awesome. Got motherfucking Shazam.
If it's good. Look at that. Look at Nick Ball's knee, man. Look at that thing. It looks like his head. Like his shaved head. He got all embarrassed. Look at that. Look at Nick Ball's bicep. Let me get a flex to that bad boy. Look at that thing. That's from riding those bikes. Riding those bikes. Holding on to that mountain bike, switching gears. Popping wheelies. All right, well, let's wrap this up. We got any guru? Gotta have it. Gotta trash it this week. You guys got anything?
Nick Ball.
I got a little something.
All right, what you got?
So it's a new game for iOS. I don't know if it's on Android or not, but it's Batman the Flash Hero Run.
Yes, this is on Android as well.
Oh, is it in-app purchases or just buy straight up? Is it in-app purchases and is it trash it, dude?
What?
If it's in-app purchases, it's a trash it.
Oh no, it's totally legit. I don't pay for anything, and it's still a ton of fun. It's great. It's great.
It looked cool, but I didn't try it yet.
It's a running game, like any other running game, and I tried to do that. I can't do it. But you have to shoot boomerang, batarangs at baddies, and it's like fun. It's not like most running games are like avoidance. Like this one's like attack and avoidance, and collecting, and leveling up. Like you level up your character and everything. It's cool. It's a fun game. I mean, it's not
purchases, man. Ew.
It's not like it's a hard game. It's just a fun game.
It's not necessarily hard, but it's like a lot of games in-app purchases always. Like,
there's nothing wrong with in-app purchases, man. There's nothing wrong with them as long as the game is good and the in-app purchase model is not like like you don't have to do it. But I've played plenty of games. Injustice: Gods Among Us is one of my favorite games to play, and there's in-app purchases on that.
That's true.
Just because there's in-app purchases doesn't mean that it sucks. It just means that they need to make it to where you could play the game if someone doesn't want to.
There's exceptions to the rules, Mike. I'll give you that. There are exceptions to the rules.
This is one of those. Everybody get out there, grab this game, have some fun, level up your characters, do what you got to do. I mean, I only play it maybe like a couple minutes every day, but I enjoy those couple minutes.
Before it's like, you need to buy more coins to play more.
No, you never have to do that. I don't even know what you would use in-app purchases for in the game. But that's because I'm not sitting here trying to grind on it and try to beat it by the end of the day.
I'm not a fan of, and Injustice has that a little bit where like your characters kind of have to heal, and you can buy like immediate healing to let them recharge time.
Yeah. You got to switch your cards out. You need better cards, better power ups.
Right.
It's a lot of grinding, dude. It's just like fucking that shit.
Yeah, that's why I just bought Batman to say fuck it.
See, you already go victim to in-app purchases.
Yeah, because I wanted to have Batman, and it was like, okay, I could either grind for like 6 months and save up fucking in-game cash, or I could just spend the $10 it is to buy Batman and fucking ride.
Oh, okay. One thing I gotta point out too, Mike, Spider-Man totally will want Wolverine. You jerk off.
Oh yeah, no.
We
don't have enough podcasts to get into this.
Just saying, you're a jerk off for saying otherwise.
We gotta go. It's way late.
Yeah. Vic, what you got? Guru gotta trash.
Nightwing. Fuck that shit. Anyways, Guru gotta trash it. You wanna have to Guru gotta nothing.
Guru got nothing?
Guru got nothing.
That's nice. That's probably the best you've ever had.
All right, my Guru gotta have it is I'm gonna say that movie that I said earlier with Chris Evans, Snowpiercer. It's a little lesser known movie that wasn't in theaters. It just came out on demand and on Blu-ray. If you get a chance to rent it, check it out. It's really good, dark. Dystopian future. These guys, basically what's happened is Earth is frozen, and there's a train. The premise is kind of silly. There's a train that people got on, and the Earth has frozen to a point to where humans cannot live on Earth anymore because of some chemical that they created to counteract global warming, and it backfired. So it basically made the Earth so cold it killed everything. So the entire civilization of humanity lives on this giant train that this guy made. And it's about the factions of the haves and the have-nots kind of battling it out, but it's really brutal and just really good. It's a really good movie, so check that out. And Nick, why don't you tell everybody where they get a hold of you, buddy?
You can find me twitter.com/Dr. ERNICPAL. Of course, you can email us, nick@thegadgetgurus.net, or you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/thegadgetgurus. All
right. And what about you, Vic?
You can reach me at big@thegadgetgurus.net. You can also find me at twitter.com/VDUS722. Also, make sure to check out, well, never mind. They're dead. Didn't explode. But, yeah, they're gone forever.
All right, well, you guys can email the podcast. We're podcast@thegadgetgurus.net. And you can follow me on Twitter, MobileMike01. And you can also follow me on Google+, the same thing, MobileMike01. So it's the Gadget Gurus.
Wait, hold on a second here before we head out. Nick, how the hell do you jump on top of the trucks in this game?
You have to earn the double jump power up, but you earn
Oh,
it
son of a
quickly.
bitch! Okay.
Hey, you could just buy it. You could just buy it.
You earn it like within like no time at all.
This is the Gadget Gurus podcast, episode number 238. No in-app purchases. Catch you next
Vic's
time.
already hooked.
Nick, you son of a bitch.